Joined by Chase Howell, and it is the first early signing day with Coach Prime at the helm in Boulder. Chase, it's great to work with you again, and it has just been madness since Coach Prime got hired in Boulder. And I know expectations have shot through the roof. I think Coach Prime kind of set that at his intro press conference. I don't quite know how today is going to go, but I would imagine there's going to be a surprise in there somewhere. What are your expectations?
Yeah, especially with the history of Coach Prime and what he did at last year's signing day with Jackson State. There's got to be a surprise somewhere, especially with all the guys that they're talking to, this entire turnover with the recruiting class, all the guys that were kind of forced to decommit, and then the guys that they're going to end up adding. There's got to be a few surprises today, and maybe even in February as well. But you got to be the busiest man in all of college football right now with all this recruiting news.
I've had to do more than any human should have to do the last month, but we're grinding through, and this is the grand finale for now. Obviously, there's the late signing period, the transfer portal, all that stuff. So I'll catch my breath after this. But Chase, it's just great to see CU that has been kind of this. I don't know if you want to say a sleeping giant, but I've been around Boulder for 20 years. You went to CU. We know what this program, that city, everything has to offer, and 111 is not what that city deserves or what this fan base deserves. To see Deion Sanders put Colorado back on the national map, I think folks should kind of put the pettiness and bickering aside. Some won't, but this is a time that Colorado fans should enjoy. We don't know how long Coach Prime is going to be in Boulder. This is a situation where savor it, enjoy it. This is something you're going to remember as a CU fan.
Some Bus fans only know one way of following college football. They have to change a little bit and take the good with the bad as well, because they've been dealing with a lot of bad over the last 20 years. It's funny, the sleeping giant talk. The giant has been asleep for so long that it looked like it wasn't going to ever come back. It looked like the giant was dead, but it does feel like the giant is starting to awake a little bit, and that Deion Sanders is the one guy that can actually wake the sleeping giant up, and he's building up the brand, and we can see it all over national media. You turn on ESPN, you turn on FS1, and they're talking about the Colorado Buffaloes. It's crazy to those of us that have been following the program for a long time, because we're just not used to this. It hasn't been like this in over 20 years.
Given that Coach Prime's focus was split from the time he got introduced at Colorado on December 4th until December 17th, we're just a few days into the Coach Prime era in Boulder. This is just the beginning. Stay tuned to buffstampede.com today during signing day. It should be a fun day.